The rain had just started to fall when Mark pulled into the nearly empty grocery store parking lot, his daughter asleep in the back seat and a long day weighing on his shoulders. Being a single dad meant every decision carried extra weight, every stop, every delay, every promise he made to be home on time. As he turned off the engine, he noticed a woman sitting on the curb near the cart return, soaked, shaking, and clearly in pain. She looked up at him with tired, desperate eyes as he stepped out of the car. Her clothes were thin, her hair clung to her face, and one hand pressed hard against her side. When she spoke, her voice was barely louder than the rain. "Please, can you take me to the hospital?" Mark hesitated for only a second. Life had taught him to be cautious, but it had also taught him to recognize real fear. He glanced back at his daughter, still sleeping, then back at the woman. "What's wrong?" he asked gently. "I think something's wrong inside," she whispered. "I was left here. I don't have anyone." He grabbed a jacket from the car, wrapped it around her shoulders, and helped her into the passenger seat. As he drove, she winced with every bump in the road, her breathing shallow and uneven. Mark's calm voice filled the car, asking simple questions, keeping her focused, keeping her awake. She didn't know that beneath his worn hoodie and tired eyes was a man who had spent years in emergency rooms, a surgeon who had saved countless lives before choosing a quieter hospital job to be closer to his child. To her, he was just another struggling dad with an old sedan and a kind face. Halfway to the hospital, her pain spiked. She cried out, gripping the dashboard, panic flooding her expression. Mark's tone changed instantly, steady, precise. He guided her breathing, adjusted her position, and checked her pulse at a red light with practiced ease. "You're going to be okay," he said, not as comfort but as certainty. She looked at him, confused. "How do you know?" "Because I've seen this before," he replied, eyes locked on the road. When they reached the emergency entrance, Mark was already opening her door, calling out for a gurney, speaking the language of medicine so fluently that the nurses moved without question. Within minutes, she was rushed inside, doctors and staff responding to his rapid explanation of her symptoms. Only then did she realize something wasn't adding up. As they wheeled her down the hallway, she grabbed his sleeve weakly. "Who are you?" she asked. "I'm a doctor," he said softly. "And you asked the right person for help." She was diagnosed with internal bleeding caused by a ruptured ulcer, serious but treatable because she'd gotten help in time. As she was prepped for surgery, she kept replaying the moment she'd asked a stranger in a parking lot for help, unaware that the man she begged was the very person trained to save her life.